Hi boys and girls, today we're going to start Mudball by Matt Tavares. One fateful spring day in 1903, little Andy Euler practiced his swing and tried not to listen to the heckling fans of the opposing team, the St. Paul Saints. "Hey Shorty, I bet you can't even hit past the pitcher's mound," a man shouted. "Yeah," sneered a little girl, "my grandmother can hit it farther than you." Andy wondered if maybe, just maybe, they were right. After all, he was the shortest player on the team. The Minneapolis Millers, the whole league. Even worse, he just couldn't seem to get a hit no matter how hard he tried. "Maybe it's time for me to quit," thought little Andy Euler as a cold drizzle fell from the sky. And here's a picture, and you can see he's very determined looking, but they are making fun of him. Now I can make a connection here. When I was very young, there was a child that some of the other children made fun of that made her feel bad. So I think about how Andy feels right now. I don't blame him for wanting to quit, but I sure hope he doesn't. The Minneapolis Millers trailed the St. Paul Saints by 3 runs. They were down to their final out, the bases were loaded, and little Andy Euler was their only hope. But just as he stepped into the batter's box, it began to pour. "Time out!" yelled the umpire. "Wait until this storm cloud passes," but the rain kept coming, and within minutes the infield had turned into mud, and the field was spotted with puddles. You can see it's raining hard. I wonder how you think how Andy felt when the umpire called timeout. "Play on!" the umpire finally yelled. He was hoping for one quick out with little Andy Euler up. He knew the chances were good. Andy's cold hands trembled as he tightened his grip on the bat. Hang on, let me get the button spot. "Bring us home, kid," shouted Maloney, taking his lead off at first. So now the umpire is hoping to be done really quick, right? But Maloney's on third base, and so he has faith in his teammate, right? "Just keep your eye on the ball," yelled Yeager, standing knee-deep in a puddle just off of second base. "And whatever you do, don't strike out," growled Slugger McCreary, wringing out his jersey at third. So let me add some names to the diagram. Andy was at home plate, Maloney's on first, Yeager was on second, and McCreary is on third. If Andy hits a home run, all 3 of them will score, and so will Andy. That would be how many runs in all? 4. All right. So think about Andy right now. They're down to their last out. I would think that there's a lot of pressure. And here's a picture. Okay, everyone's on base, and he's up to bat. The pitcher wound up and fired a fastball, but the wet ball slipped as it left his hand and went hurtling straight toward little Andy Euler's head. "Look out!" yelled Maloney. "Duck!" screamed Yeager, covering his eyes. "And don't strike out!" shouted McCreary. Andy braced himself, but just when he expected the ball to hit him, he heard the unmistakable sound of a ball against a bat. Crack! Okay, right there, okay? Now, I can infer here, and when I think about what I know when I figure out something new, the ball's coming straight for Andy, and I know Andy's trying not to let it hit him. So I know that he didn't even swing the bat, okay? But still, the ball managed to go straight towards the bat. But now I'm going to guess it's not going to go very far. Somehow, Andy's bat had hit the ball. Everybody heard it, but nobody saw where it went. Little Andy Euler took off for first. Okay. Do you think Andy knew where the ball went? We'll see. "He popped it up," the catcher shouted. "I saw the ball go straight up." He ran around his home plate in circles, ready to catch the ball when it fell from the sky. But it never did. Okay, I can make another inference here. I know the catcher thinks the ball has gone straight up, and I know it doesn't come back down, so I can infer that the ball went somewhere else. But you'll have to wait till tomorrow to find out where it went. Thanks for listening.